record button. And actually, let me put my cup down. I know you can't see. I'm holding my giant Link's Awakening streaming cup again.
That's very appropriate.
As you do. And let's start the show. Oh man, you can't even hear the air horn now.
I sure can't.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit the button and then I will make the the noise with my mouth so you can hear it too. All right, here we go. Hey everyone, I'm Jett from inthirdperson.com, a personal look at video games, board games, and other nerdy pursuits. And with me below is Ian from Adventure Rules.
Hey everybody.
Man, that was a really delayed response. You're freaking me out, man.
Sorry about that. You cut out for a second, so I didn't hear you say my name.
Okay. Yeah, apologies for the delay. This was, we've had a number of technical difficulties getting this call going, and unfortunately we couldn't get Ian's beautiful supermodel face on stream this time, but we will try again another time.
I know all of you are very disappointed.
Oh man, the world was anxiously awaiting for the face reveal of Ian, because we've just seen this drawing the whole time and are wondering, what does Ian look like?
It's true.
For all we know, that is actually what you look like.
It's not as accurate as I would like it to be honest.
And Randy says, I have been waiting for weeks to finally see Ian. I'm sorry, Randy. Also, how's Korea? I know we tried. On Monday, we called each other, and after 30 seconds, it was like Ian was snapping out of existence by Thanos, just like getting super pixelated and frozen. And this time around, we were having issues where, for some reason, Discord wouldn't read my camera and my microphone at the same time. So if I turned the camera on, it wouldn't read my mic, and if I shut off the video part, it could read my mic, but not the camera. So,
the internet just knows that both of our handsome faces on screen at the same time is too much. It's just not fair to the rest of the world.
And Randy says, I want to see his pupilless eyes.
That's fair. That's fair.
I can confirm Ian does have no pupils. No pupils. Alright. So the whole point of us being together here is we are going to battle in Pokemon Let's Go. And of course, this is when Pikachu shows up big on my screen, and he wants to be pet here. So I guess we'll go pet some Pikachu here. Nope, he doesn't like being pet on his head. All right, the more you know. Here, how about in the belly? Yep. All right.
Have you ever pet him in the wrong spot too much?
No. Does he like electrocute you?
So I don't know about Pikachu, but Eevee tackles you. Like,
oh.
If you just keep petting the bat at like a spot that he or she doesn't like over and over again,
okay,
he eventually just tackles you. And then if you open the play screen again, he like has his back turned to you and won't look at you.
Ah, weird. Okay, so yeah, Pikachu is visibly upset here. He does not like getting pet in the eyes. Oh, and he just electrocuted me, and it cut out. It cut out of the screen. Okay.
It's good stuff.
All right. Yeah, so we're gonna play some Let's Go, and we're gonna battle it out for the next little bit. So let's go play with others. And oh shoot, I have to tweak my team here, because we were testing this, and I picked the ultimate bum fights team, and I'll show this on screen.
You left that team.
Okay, no, it's my actual team here. All right.
Okay, good stuff.
Do you?
So
what?
The code. Are we using the same code we used yesterday?
Sure.
Or Monday?
Yeah, we'll use that code. And we will go single battle, and we're gonna go Diglett, Jigglypuff, Rattata. For everyone watching on stream, don't use that code right now. Don't hijack the stream.
Rachel's gonna battle snipe us.
Jett versus Block.
Nope, we're good.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go normal rules. All right.
Yeah. So this is the team that I used in my Operation Fuzzblock series of Pokemon posts. So this is my Nuzlocke team that actually made it all the way to the Elite Four, and
wow.
Spoilers for a month-old blog series. They won. So
hey, congratulations!
This is my championship team.
I probably should have put more thought into the order of this team, but that's okay. We'll just go with it. Because everybody comes here for the high-level Pokemon Let's Go play.
Oh, you know it. Because Pokemon Let's Go competitive is in such high demand. And that's the meta that everybody's really just super serious.
Did they actually play Pokemon Let's Go at the World Championships?
You know, I don't know. I don't follow that official. Man, I did not prep for this. I don't follow VGC, which is like the official Pokemon competitive.
Okay.
So I don't know if they used Let's Go for VGC. I assume they've been using Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon.
Alright, are you secretly watching the stream so you can see all the moves that I pick?
I am not.
That's fair. Bird on bird action. Oh! Who is it? Oh wow. This is not great. Alright. What to do? Alright, we're gonna do this instead. Yeah. Oh wait, is this...
Super dang effective. It. I was hoping that would do more. Ooh, Jett going for the pro strats.
I don't know if that's actually good right now, but I'm gonna do it, and we'll see what happens. And Randy, how are you doing?
Do you have any?
Have any what?
So while Randy answers in chat, do you have any experience either playing or watching competitive at all?
No.
Oh, that burn matters so much.
Oh no. Oh wait.
Wow.
Great. That was some great agility right there. Good job, Articuno.
Oh gosh, that burn was so important.
Sick burn. Okay.
Good game, Articuno. Good game. This is...
There
yeah.
you go.
It's gonna be a good day for me. I can feel it.
Let's go with this one.
All
Hey,
right.
this was... Oh, Randy says he's doing all right, heading to the Dong Daemon Design Plaza to see whatever that is.
Huh.
I don't know. Whatever it is, please report back. Looking forward to seeing your pictures on Instagram. Uh-oh, you pulled out your Lucy. I should have figured you would pull out. Okay, that still did.
Oh, that still did like a pretty good... Oh, it was a crit.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
How about this? Randy says people call it the DDP, which I think is great.
Oh, well, I got a crit also, so that works out. Dragon Tail. Ooh. What am I going to bring in now? Watch it be freaking Ninetales.
Yeah!
Yep.
Bring it!
Oh, gosh. And Lucy is not...
Man, I like that move a lot. It feels very... And so, yeah, I'm drawing from a completely different set of games. It feels very Marvel vs. Capcom to me, the whole snapback mechanic where you can knock a character off the stage and force them to bring in somebody else. I mean, it's basically the same thing, but completely different genre of game.
Right.
Let's see what you're going to do now. And yeah,
Okay.
the DDP...
I hope I pressed the right button.
Shoutouts to Diamond Dallas Page. That's when I think of that. Although, when you hear DDP now, most people probably think DDP Yoga, which is kind of weird, but... Good on him. Are you? I know you don't really follow wrestling at all, but the story of Diamond Dallas Page and DDP Yoga.
I was fishing hard for a burn there.
There we go. Yeah, so Diamond Dallas Page, best known for wrestling in WCW. He had this move called Diamond Cutter, but he kind of reinvented his career after he left wrestling. and he started this thing called DDP yoga. So around the time where yoga was really starting to take off in the early 2000s, he rebranded yoga. Well, one, he put his own name on the front, but two, he took all the moves and then gave them more manly names to try and get men to do yoga.
Because, yeah, men can't be concerned about their physical health or flexibility or, goodness.
I'm guessing, yeah, to counteract the concept that yoga is a girly exercise. But
guess so.
Men get really particular about stuff like that. Like I've read multiple articles now about, who do I want in this? We'll just go through. Multiple articles about men not drinking enough water, and part of it is because they think drinking water is not masculine enough.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't even know that like people had those types of feelings towards water until reading that. And
yeah, it's I don't understand.
Everybody needs water. Of course, I say that as I chug my giant Link's Awakening. Well, my water from my Link's Awakening cup.
Same. Occasionally I forget that I'm on stream, and I'm like, oh, I should talk more or say things that are funny.
That's the trick to streaming. Talk a lot. Talk all the time. Just say everything. Commentate on.
Well, and I don't have the screen for the visual reference of, I can't tell that I'm on stream necessarily.
Yeah, this is true. I actually had this idea. I wanted to do show and tell today because I actually bought something pretty significant for the stream, but you can't see the stream. I don't know unless I turn it on. I guess I could turn it on at the end, and then go get the box.
Right.
But I'm trying to maintain stability here, though the stream's running great, I will say. Random thing. There is a person in my family, and I realized recently that they look like Pidgeotto. And every time I see this person now, I just think, oh, you look like Pidgeotto. And I don't know if you can think of, like, is there any other people in your life you're like, man, you look like a Pokemon? And the only one I can think of is, like, Snorlax, who's actually designed to look as a specific guy.
Huh. I can't think of anybody that I know personally who just really jumps out at me as having a Pokemon look about them. Man, this is something that you will never see ever again. Pidgeot taking out Draco.
Man, my team is so
goodness.
Trash. Alright.
It's okay. I'm not necessarily doing great either. I actually have really bad team comm for your team. At least so far. Maybe, like, your last couple of Pokemon I'll have a good advantage against, but for the most part...
Gotta bring in the ringer here. Good old Pikachu. Still doesn't have a name. And Randy says, I don't think I know who you're talking about, and now I need to know. Yes, Google it! I think it's like someone on the Pokemon dev team designed Snorlax to look like that person. And when you look at the picture of what he looks like versus what Snorlax looks like, it's crazy.
So here's the thing about having not played Let's Go Pikachu. I've only played Let's Go Eevee. I have no idea what any of your attacks do. So this is going to be really interesting. Yeah, I figured this would be a thing that I didn't know about. Shoot, okay. Surely Pikachu doesn't get a water. Right? It's alright. Now I know for next time.
I don't think electric moves do particularly well here, but let's try this one. See what happens. This is where I got burned when I played against Chris in this. Shout out to Chris, by the way. Twitch.tv/xdoublejump.
There goes. Oh, he lives.
Oh, super effective. Oh, nice.
Thorn.
Oh no.
Thorn is my starter from the run. Yeah. And he's usually my crit machine, so I was hoping a little bit there, but
you did the thing.
not today.
Let's see what you got. But in the meantime, the real reason. Oh no!
Oh, that
no!
miss!
No!
Oh, that miss was so important. Gosh,
no.
You're actually this match has the RNG has favored me so much. I can't even, if I win this fight, I can't really say that I won it out of any level of skill. Like,
all right.
That the burn on Articuno, multiple misses. Nope. Bringing out the big guns, I see.
I should have pulled this guy out earlier. I completely messed up my team comp. Yes.
I see.
Let's go with this. Good old dependable. And so the real reason we're playing Pokemon Let's Go right now is that there's another Pokemon game coming out this week.
Sure
Friday.
is.
Little game called Pokemon Sword and Shield. And if you've been following the internet at all, it sounds like it's going to be the worst game of all time.
I mean, obviously that one guy didn't appear on screen for like a whole second when they were walking towards him. So I mean, obviously.
That video's picked up so much momentum, and he's tweeted a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and he has this like whole page-long apology now. It's weird. It's weird, but yeah, generally speaking, this game has gotten a lot of negative feedback towards it, and I think some of it is justified, and I think a lot of it is just a lot of people freaking out for the sake of freaking out.
Yeah, we talked about this on our own, but I'll say it again for the chat. So much of the discourse that I saw about Pokemon Sword and Shield leading up to any official information being revealed was everyone's wish list for the game included, I want this to be the Breath of the Wild version of Pokemon, right? Like, I want this to revolutionize Pokemon in the way that Breath of the Wild revolutionized Zelda. I want this to completely be open world, and all the Pokemon that we've ever seen are in the game, and I want this to be a huge graphical upgrade from Sun and Moon. Like, people just had these crazy expectations for how big this game was going to be, and from what I've seen, Game Freak never said or did anything to indicate that those were realistic expectations for people to have.
So when I'm asleep, and sorry, changing subjects here, I have a game question. So my dude is asleep right now. I can't do anything, right?
Right.
And if I take him out and put him back, he's still going to be asleep for the equivalent number of turns?
That's correct.
All right.
So sleep normally has like a random length of like somewhere between 1 and 3 turns. When you rest, I think it's a guaranteed full sleep, if I'm remembering correctly. Of course, some things are different in Let's Go, so I don't know 100% if that is the true way of things or not.
Okay.
Like, you may wake up this coming, but I don't for sure.
All right, we'll just play it through. Go Snorlax, do the thing. Oh man, your victory bell has been super annoying.
Yep. Thorn is... Oof, that was... Thorn's been my secret weapon throughout my whole Nuzlocke. He saved me from so many situations where it looked like my team was doomed. Ah, that missed.
Dodge that.
Oh, that hurt. Dude, do you see our match time in the top left corner?
We're running out of time here.
I had no idea that the Let's Go matches were this short.
20 minutes.
You can run... I definitely didn't prep for this.
Oh no!
Yeah, you can play for like an hour in the other one.
Yeah, I think I remember Chris making note of that too, of like, what? These fights are only 20 minutes?
Yeah.
Alright. And so yes, we were talking about Pokemon Sword and Shield. And I on one hand, it's like, yes, I think people are maybe going a little too far in the backlash, and the stuff that they're complaining about isn't necessarily bad. I think Jason...
no. Oh, I'm good.
Oh, man. Jeez. I don't...
That was such a close match, man. That was really good.
Oh,
and
man.
like I said, I can't say that I feel like I had realistically won that because of the fact that, Snorlax, I'm sitting here, I'm writing you off, and you're not done. No. That was dumb of me. Oops. Shoot.
Okay.
Well, good game, Jett. I'm pretty sure you have me. I will be very surprised if you don't.
I don't know. There's one move that hits really hard, but it's a normal attack. But then there's one I think you're weak to, but I think it's a quicker attack. I'm just gonna go for the big guns and see what happens. Nope.
Big guns time.
Oh! Just do the thing.
Can Runny Pants live one headbutt? Nope, he can't. Oh gosh. Good game, sir. Good game. That was really well done.
Thank you. So yes, we were talking about Sword and Shield. So yeah, I think some of it is justified, or like some of it is like crazy. Like the guy who put out the video of like, oh man, look at this shadow cutting off, and look at the slowdown during a cutscene. Like that stuff is, I think people are just finding things to be angry about. But Jason sent this list on our group chat, and on one hand, it's easy to see like, oh, these numbers are lower, therefore this is bad. But like, I don't necessarily think it's that. Like, I don't want to read these numbers because they are kind of spoilerish. But like, just the fact that there are less moves and less Pokemon, and doesn't necessarily mean it is going to be a worse game.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's personally, I think there's a potential danger in the whole more is always better philosophy for games. Because I've played games that are too big, that are too long, or that have too much world and not enough stuff in the world, or too many mechanisms to engage with, and so it's just confusing, and they give you too much stuff all at once. There is such a thing as too much, I think, and Pokemon was definitely getting to that place. I personally don't mind them to trim the fat a little bit and to focus on what's really good, but I don't know. I understand it from the lens of a couple of different groups. For one, there's the people who do shiny hunting, right? Like the people who go out of their way to collect special versions of all these Pokemon that they love, and now they can't see them in the newest game. Like some people have a whole living Pokédex of shiny Pokemon that now only some of them they'll actually be able to bring into the new game and see them. And then, of course, for people who are competitive players, any competitive Pokemon they have that are really good and viable but aren't in the new game, now those Pokemon won't be in the competitive meta, so they won't be able to use them anymore. They'll have to find replacements or rebuild teams or whatever. And it's like, from a content creator perspective, those people won't be able to start making content for Sword and Shield in the way of competitive battles until they've played all the way through the game now. So, it can't come out day one and they're like, okay, I'm, just until I finish the game, here's some battles in the old format with our old Pokemon, because that's not
Yeah, I understand that that side of it as well. I think, just as someone coming from also, if you, sorry, did you pick rematch out of this? Oh, you chose to quit. Okay.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna switch profiles to my other team, and then I'll jump back in.
Okay, I will make some adjustments on my end as well. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh man, I totally forgot. Yeah, there are absolutely some valid concerns, but I think people are writing it off just to say, like, less is less. Like, on this list, this tweet that Jason lists, like, all these things that got cut out or removed. The last point was, game costs $60 with less content than a $40 game. Like, you don't necessarily know that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, what appeals to me about Pokemon, like when a new Pokemon game comes out, is the stuff about it that's new. So I'm not hurt by as much of the old stuff not coming. That's not what I'm...
Wait, if I add a fainted Pokemon to my party and bring it to this fight, is it... Oh, okay, never mind. It's not gonna matter, right?
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Okay. This person gets scaled up. Yeah, let's throw that in there. See what happens. Alright, I'm gonna take out my Pikachu. I will tell you that much. Because I find that they... Yeah, Pikachu and Eevee kind of OP in this game.
That's true. They definitely... Which I get why they did it, right? Because they're the mascots, so you have to keep them all small and cute. You can't evolve them into something that's better. So let's give them broken stats and broken moves, but... I don't know.
And let's add, for funsies, let's throw this one in. Everybody's favorite competitive Pokemon right here. Alright. Let me know when you are ready to run it back.
Yeah, I'm about to put in the code right now.
Okay. I find it odd, for whatever reason, the circle is supposed to show up around your icon when you're talking, and it's not doing that. And I wonder if it's because if I put... Oh man, I'm gonna break the stream if I do this, though. Yeah, totally broke the stream. Great. All right,
What did you do when you started the battle last time? Did you set it to normal rules or no restriction?
Normal. Communicating. Please stand by.
When you started the battle the last time, did you set it to normal rules or no restriction?
Oh, here we go. I'll quit this battle. We'll try it again. I set it to normal.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It was you setting it. Okay. Yeah, I set normal.
Yeah, I was gonna see if no restrictions took away the time limit. Because I don't know what else no restrictions does. But I thought that
it plays your
one of the
Pokemon at whatever level they actually are in.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, normal rules then.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go same code. All right, so now I've. This is such a dumb thing. Can you speak again?
Hey, this is Ian Shepard on in third person, but not at in third.
So, for whatever reason, because I moved the OBS window, now it shows the circle around you updating when you talk. But now I'm not looking at all of OBS, so...
I mean, you know.
I don't need to see if the site is broken, or the application is broken. Just whatever. Alright. We're gonna go with this.
I don't have as obvious good starting Pokemon.
This. And the closer. Man, I'm gonna regret this so much. Oh yes, the point I keep cutting myself off with Sword and Shield. Some of it's outrage, but like some of it is a Game Freak issue as well. And I think the fundamental problem is that they kind of set the expectation that everything was just going to carry on forever and ever and ever. Also, switch to Decaf. Hello, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, switch to Decaf. That's a really cool name you have there.
Oh yeah, see, the issue now is once we get to the bottom of the chat, I'm not going to be able to read it.
Are you really starting with your Snorlax, man? What even is this? Let me get adjusted here. Yeah, Game Freak kind of set the expectation that Pokemon was just going to carry on. What? Why do you have... Oh, yeah, okay, Pikachu, yeah, does get, like, fighting moves, especially at the beginning. I forgot about that. As I was saying, yes, they set the precedent that, like, Pokemon was just... We're just going to keep adding the same Pokemon and adding new ones on top and bringing them all these different worlds, and, like, eventually we were going to get to a point, whether it was with this game or some other game in the future. I know a lot of people are saying, like, oh, we can handle it. They could have handled it because they're reusing assets from the old games and whatever other excuses. But eventually they were going to hit a point where there were going to be too many Pokemon and too many moves to balance and, like, just too much stuff that it just wouldn't make sense to continue on, like, squeezing 3,000 Pokemon in a 40-hour RPG. Like, it's not gonna work. Right.
And
yeah, eventually it was gonna break. It's not practical for a group of developers. Game Freak, as far as I know, still has a relatively small staff. So for them to make 1,000 character models in an attempt to try, to continuously expand their game, it's just not possible. And, people are... That's even one of the things, is people want them to have as many Pokemon as possible in the game. But then, if they don't make new models every single game, people throw a fit about that, too, right? Like, people are upset that Sword and Shield is reusing some old character models. The fact that they reuse some models... First of all, is just very practical from a technical, coding sense or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then, second of all, that's why they have as many Pokemon as they do, right? Mm-hmm. Like, if they didn't do that, there would be even less of the thing that you want to be in the game. So it's just, yeah, it's really I think there are some people who are frustrated for very understandable reasons, and it's totally fair, and they're expressing their complaints in a way that is fine and healthy, and then those people are being completely overshadowed by the people who Team Yell is modeled after, who are just complete jerks and are not being fans in a way that is positive or helpful to anybody.
Here's a question for you. Would it have been better, in retrospect, knowing what we know now, would it have been better for Game Freak to have broken this cycle earlier? Just, I don't know, maybe it didn't have to happen with Gen 2. Maybe with Gen 3 saying, hey, we're in a new part of the world, they have different Pokemon here, that's it. Just draw that hard cutoff and set that expectation early before we set the expectation like 8 Pokemon games later.
Yeah, it's tough because, you know, in the early days, for them to have all the Pokemon in the games all the time was like a selling point, right? It's like this really cool thing that they're doing that like a lot of other games don't do, and it's special and neat and fun. And then like it's practical for a certain number of games, and then there's a certain number of games where it's like middle of the road, where, you know, maybe it's starting to get uneasy, and maybe that's the point where they should have cut it off, I guess, is like, I don't know. I think the easiest time to have done it retroactively would have been 5th gen. So I don't know how familiar you are, Jett, with Pokemon generations. To my understanding, you kind of jumped on with like Sun and Moon or X and Y, or yes, you know, kind of later in the series. But 5th gen was like kind of a soft reboot in the sense that until you beat the game, none of the Pokemon from the national Dex appeared in the game. So you would play through the entire game with you know, only Pokemon from that region, and then it was only after you finished the entire game that you could, you know, start bringing in some of the more familiar ones. You know, but that I guess, rather than having it so that like at the end of this game you can start bringing in all your buddies from previous games, that would have been the time to be like, all right, you know, we're like, this is the reboot. This is the time that we're gonna start cutting you all off a little bit. I guess that would have been, if there is such a thing as an ideal time, and I'm not fully convinced that there was or would be, that would have been the time.
Yeah. To your point, like that absolutely was a selling point of like, hey, all the Pokemon are here, but maybe in I don't know. Was it worth eventually hitting this point, or just kind of going down this rabbit, making the break earlier? And I don't know if we'll ever know the answer to that. And also, for Switch sure, Decaf, sure. How you doing this evening? And also, Switch Decaf says, get him, Jett. Thank you.
Sorry, I lost you there for a second, Jett. What was...
Oh, Switch to Decaf says, go get him. Oh, man, this is not...
Yeah, Jett, Switch, I don't know if you were here for the first match, but Jett really handed my keister to me, so I'm pretty sure...
No, that's not at all what happened.
It's looking like this match might go in a similar direction. We'll see.
That's not... I'm in a really bad spot right now. Oh, that darn Mega Drain.
I don't know that was enough.
Alright, Machamp, do the thing! Chuck him!
Jett, do you know how seismic toss works?
No. I threw you in the air and then you fell down.
I feel like I should wait till the end of the battle to tell you. it's okay. It doesn't matter now anyway. Seismic Toss always does your level in damage. So at level 50, it will always do exactly 50 damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my lack of
Which I realized after I said that you can't see my exact health, so it wouldn't have necessarily made a difference in the decision that you made, but yeah.
Now I know. There was a moment where I was fighting Chris and I didn't understand why my moves missed every single time, and apparently it's something about like trying to attack a ghost Pokemon and certain attacks just whiff completely every time. I could be wrong. Something like that.
Oh yeah, so some Pokemon have immunities, so like I can say this one out loud because it won't be applicable to my team at all. Ghost Pokemon can't be hit by normal or fighting type attack. So if you're ever fighting a ghost, you have to use attacks of other types because your fighting moves or your normal will always fail. So stuff like that.
And Switch to Decaf says, I'm doing well. I was not here for the first round, but wanted to show y'all some support. Well, thank you. We appreciate you dropping by. Are you excited at all for Sword and Shield? Uh-oh, I realize this is probably... Oh, let's hit the button here. Let's do this thing. And that sounds like a cool attack. Let's do that.
Oh no. I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will kill now. Actually, I know that it won't kill me. Dang it.
Switch to Decaf says not as excited as Ian, but yeah. By chance, do you know Ian Switch to Decaf? Or maybe we know each other and I'm totally blanking on who you actually are and I would be very embarrassed. Oh no.
Ah man, I chose the exact wrong Pokemon. Let's use our thinking brain, man.
There we go. What can I do here? Let's try this move. See what happens. Switch to Decaf says I may or may not be married to him. LOL. Oh. Were you keeping the secret to me, Ian?
I was gonna see if she wanted to acknowledge it on stream, or if she wanted to maintain some semblance of pretending that she doesn't know who I am.
Well, hi Destiny. I hope you are doing well. And unfortunately, we couldn't get Ian's beautiful face on stream this time, but we are working on it. We'll get it next time.
She's probably tired of it. Now this is an interesting choice.
Here we go. All right, this is
no,
Dodrio
is not a. Are these the big guns?
This is the big gun.
Goodness, I better watch out. This Dodrio is gonna do something that I'm not even sort of ready for. I can feel it, or that'll happen. I was kind of hoping that's what was gonna happen, but I was willing to entertain the possibility that it was scary.
Really bad. I'm getting demolished here. I'm gonna die in like the next 2 hits. So.
Aerodactyl is one of my favorite Pokemon in first gen. I had never used one until playing Let's Go, but it's so fast and it has really good attack power. And having that rock typing on it is kind of a nice defensive measure. It doesn't have great defense, but being able to kind of just like, if you get hit by a normal type move or whatever, being able to have a little bit of extra resistance to it, it's just, it's really nice. Oh, is Snorlax your last Pokemon?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oof. So I was thinking before we played that there was a chance that my Nuzlocke team would actually be more competitive than like my regular team. That doesn't seem to be the case.
Not very effective. Oh man.
Of course, you switched out some of your more scary things to make the battle a little more.
Well, clearly
even,
it did not work out in my favor. Like, clearly I went too far in the wrong direction.
It was a good effort.
Switch to Decaf says, Ian should add a beard to his icon before he goes on camera, or else it's false advertising.
That's fair. The reason my icon doesn't have a beard is not because I don't want to acknowledge that I have one, but because I am really bad at drawing.
Switch to Decaf asks, you started playing Pokemon in the later gens? Yes, in the later gens. What was I gonna say? I started playing Pokemon at Pokemon X. Like, I was around when Pokemon Gold, Red and Blue were a thing. But I was a teenager at the time, and my brother was a little kid, and he was, like, right in the pocket of the Pokemon audience. And I was like, oh, this is, like, kiddie stuff. I can't play this. And so I just kind of dismissed Pokemon for a really long time. And then I grew up and was like, you know what? Let's try this Pokemon thing to see what it's about. And my mind just went, hey, Switch to Decaf,
Yeah,
thank you so
right.
much for the follow. Let me go hit some air horns for you. There we go. And so, yes. No. I can't think and adjust my Pokemon team at the same time. I'll finish the story. I played Pokemon X, and I thought it was okay. I liked the fighting. There was some stuff about, like, navigating through the world that was really weird. The camera angle was really odd. And I had a really hard time going around Pokemon Paris. But I liked it enough to keep playing, and the Pokemon game that really got me was Pokemon Go. I play it every day to this day. I think I have enough XP to have hit the max level cap twice. And yeah, I play it every day. Love it. Alright, where's my party here? Let's go and change stuff up here. Yeah, we're absolutely going to add this Pokemon into my team. And how about you, Switch to Decaf? What is your Pokemon story? Is it similar to Ian's, or are you even more of a Pokemon fanatic than him? Yeah, I didn't catch that many Pokemon in Let's Go. I thought of just shortcutting the whole thing and just picking, or just like adding my Pokemon Go Pokemon to this game, but I ended up not doing that.
What it would have taken, you still have to play through most of the game to get to the point where you can do that. Like, you're 6 gyms in by the time the whole Pokemon Go functionality is added, so at that point you may as well just play the rest of the game because you're so far in already.
Let's try that one. Alright, there's my squad. Communicate, play with others.
Right, I'm going with our usual code here.
Alright. And Switch to Decaf says, I started with black because I was too poor growing up, LOL. I mean, everyone starts a different, whatever your reasons are. Yeah, video games are an expensive hobby, as we all know.
You right.
I've discovered that streaming is a very expensive hobby. I bought some streaming stuff. We will debut it on the next episode of the. Yeah, we'll show it off on Sunday, or you can go to my YouTube channel and see what I actually did. But I keep thinking to myself that I have a poverty streaming setup here, and because for a long time I did, but when I look at like how much I've actually spent on stuff, it's a lot more than I thought. And it's just like, oh, well, I just got like a stream deck here, and I have this like entry-level microphone and this entry-level camera, and okay, yeah, I bought a graphics card, and and it just kept going on and on. And sure, I'll throw out the number here. I'm pretty sure I've spent like north of $1,000 on equipment so far.
That is truly impressive. But, I mean, you've made it all back in that sweet, sweet advertising money, right? Right?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, for the thing that I got, like, I was just like, oh, yeah, I'll just use the Twitch money on that. I haven't even gotten the first Twitch check yet, and I've already spent it on equipment.
Goodness.
And, but, man, it's going to make the stream look so much better. And Switch Decaf... Do you prefer if I use the username or your actual name? Like, I'm just gonna go with Switch to Decaf until you tell me otherwise. But she says we looked into into me streaming, but it really is so expensive. Oh, and that. This was not a good start, and I should have pulled Venusaur out of here to start. But you know what? We're just gonna.
So fun. It's really good for me, not for you, obviously, that in this game they don't have abilities, because Venusaur's ability, when he's Mega Evolved, actually cancels out the super effectiveness of Fire-type moves. So my matchup wouldn't have actually been that great in that situation.
And Switch Decaf says you can call me Des. Or Dez? Oh, man. Ian, is it Des or Dez in the short? More silence.
Ah, man. I was hoping for a crit there, but never pray for crits. Never a good idea. Will I live? No.
Are you intentionally not answering this question?
Are you asking me a question?
Yes. So, Switch to Decap says you can call me, is it Des or Dez? In short.
Oh, it's Des.
Des. Okay.
An S sound, not a Z
Okay.
sound, as you would say in Canada.
Alright. Thank you. I appreciate the translation. Des it is. I think there are ways of streaming for cheaper. On PS4, you do have like the built-in streaming functionality. That helps. If you wanted to go that route and just get like a PlayStation camera and do that whole thing. Or, let's see what we could do here, because this is gonna hurt. What can we do to mitigate that? There we go.
Oh, I planned for this. Did my plan, was it a smart plan?
Oh man!
Aha!
That hurt really bad. Oh no. Oh no.
I was like, he's probably going to switch in something that's immune to or resists electricity, so... It helps that Psychic would also be super effective against Tentacruel, so that was a move that I could make with pretty much no risk to myself. But...
there goes my best Pokemon.
So I've been informed that apparently my audio is cutting out occasionally, so I'm going to switch to our better headset. I might disappear for just a second.
Okay. And Des says... Oh, jeez. What are some other games... Alright, my audio's leaking through Ian's.
can you hear me now?
Yes.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
So Des.
Okay, so I think you... Go ahead.
Des asks, what are some other games I like to play? I like to play lots of Nintendo stuff. Pretty much anything Nintendo I'll play. I love Fire Emblem. I love the Mario games. Luigi's Mansion, I just started playing. That one's a lot of fun. Pretty much, I love Pikmin. If it says Nintendo on it, I probably love it. Besides that, I'm a huge fan of fighting games. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom, BlazBlue Cross Tag's one I've recently got into. I enjoy Overwatch a lot. I haven't streamed that one. Well, we streamed it during the marathon, but I have not gotten around to that as much as I would like, because we play a lot of Tetris on the stream as well. And Tetris hits kind of that sweet spot. It's a game that I like to play, and also people like watching me stream it, so we do stream that one quite a bit. I don't like stealth games. No interest in those. You love Overwatch. Awesome. And I take it you
Do you love Overwatch?
Sorry, you cut out there. I heard, like, you say overdub. Oh, come on. Stay alive. Do the thing.
That was so...
So, yeah.
I feel like I'm losing you worse with this headset than I was.
You definitely sound
like I'm
different.
hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Sorry, I'm not sure if you're cutting out or what's going on here. Ian sent out Raichu.
Yeah, I'm losing you consistently enough and more than I was that I'm gonna try to switch back.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna go for the YOLO play here. And as we can hear Ian...
shuffling that up. Okay, am I back?
Yes, you are back.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, but you cut out just there too.
Oh no! Did we break it forever?
Oh, I could hear you there just fine.
Okay. Alright. Maybe we're back. Maybe we're good.
Maybe. Ah, darn. Bye, Snorlax. Switch to Decaf. Who do you play as in Overwatch? Who are your mains? I don't really build this team particularly well here. Let's go with this, and we'll see what happens.
Ooh! This isn't... Huh.
What does this move do? Nope.
That's always nice when you're like, I don't know what's gonna happen when I press this, but I'm gonna go with it.
Ooh,
A
okay.
Alolan Raichu is so adorable compared to regular.
Yeah, Alolan Raichu.
Okay, that's not a bad play.
Have you seen the scrapped third evolution of Pikachu? I guess the evolution of Raichu?
Yeah, I definitely have seen it before. I can't bring it to mind off the top of my head, but it's basically like buff Raichu, right? Like just this ridiculous like monstrosity of a... Ooh, that's a good... Wow. That was... But yeah, third Pikachu is a very scary thing.
Yeah, it was not cute at all, and I'm glad that they scrapped it. Get him.
Bye, Raichu.
Moral victory.
Ugh.
This has been a rough go. And I don't think I have... Nope, that's not going to do anything right now. Oh.
Ah, dang it. Oh, well, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's...
I can roll with this.
So
So my thought process was your Alakazam is probably faster than my Ninetales. So if I just was trying to pick him off with Ice Shard real quick, but obviously I didn't have enough attack power. So.
do I have anything? No, I don't have anything that's good against your particular Pokemon. And that's...
I don't have anything that's good against Ninetales. I just have the most legendary Pokemon. That's all I have.
Get him.
Oof.
Oh, that still hurt pretty good.
Wow.
Super effective. Do I have anything that hits harder than that? No, I do not. Alright, let's get weird then. By doing the exact same move again!
That was pretty weird.
Oh no. What to do, what to do? And Des says, oh man, that's a big list of characters that she plays. Oh, nice!
God. Your defense is so high.
Thank you, Base Me Too. She plays Zarya. I've played Zarya like once. I don't understand how to use her, but she is very meta relevant. I think especially during like the era of goats, which I don't think that's a thing anymore. Yeah, they forced 2-2-2. So I don't know if Zarya is still super hot in the meta. What else? Diva. I enjoy me some Diva. She was my original go-to character in Overwatch. But I also played Overwatch wrong, in part because I loved Diva so much. I just really enjoyed the fact that she had a bunch of really high health and infinite bullets, and I could just kind of hold the trigger and keep moving around. And I didn't really want to play any other characters after that, which really limited how much I enjoyed the game. So I think I played it for like 2 weeks and then stopped, and then I didn't play the game for about 2 years until my cousin Jenna, who's really into Overwatch, got me to play it again, and then I started playing other characters and really enjoyed the game from there. Really got it. It took a long time for me to like finally give the game a chance.
This is a really fun turn, by the way. I just want to point this out.
Because,
So I used this move to like be a troll, but that actually worked out really well. Goodness.
Other characters on this list, Mercy. Yes, I enjoy Mercy a lot. I like that she's kind of the most dedicated to healing, and that I personally, I like to shoot stuff, so playing as Mercy really forces you to focus on the healing part of it and not shooting people. So I enjoyed that part of her, and just like, alright, I wanna help people, and I focus on that when I play as Mercy. I've seen people try and DPS as Mercy. Like one person who played almost the entire Mercy or entire game as Mercy with the pistol out, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? It was awful. Moira, I haven't really given her a chance, but like everyone in our little circle of people who play really like her. Randy plays Moira, and so does Jason, among others. I don't think I'm gonna get many more shots at this, so Lucio,
please work. Oh.
And yeah, I'm trying to catch up here, but Switch Decaf says if you ever want to play Overwatch, let me know. Absolutely. I can't remember my PSN name off the top of my head. I think it's PSN.
Is it the same as your Discord?
I don't think so. I think it is that. I just put it in the chat. Yeah, I think I'm toast here.
Yep. Only because Aerodactyl is really fast. That was a really close match, though. That was tight. I thought Mewtwo had me for sure.
I feel like I could have won that if I had managed some stuff better. Also, yeah, let's run that back. Oh, you chose to quit. All right. Fine.
Oh, are we doing that? Okay.
No, that's okay. I will switch up my team again. It's fine. It's fine. Let me catch up on some of the rest of these characters. Lucio, I enjoy Lucio a lot. I like that you don't have to actively heal. You can just kind of run around, but you kind of have to be in the thick of it. And I like that he can still shoot stuff. Tracer, I have no idea how to play Tracer. It's kind of weird that she's like the mascot of the game, but she's also super hard to play, in my opinion. I find that if you're not good with your mobility, you just get demolished. Pharah's fun. It's weird. The flying and the shooting at the same time is something that I struggle with, but I think she's cool. Widow, it's weird. I'm horrible with Widowmaker, but like the game where I got the most eliminations was with Widowmaker. I got like, I don't know, 35 eliminations in one match just because I found this like amazing sniper spot and just headshotted everybody. It was amazing. And McCree, who I've like never played. Okay, I like that Pokemon, so we're gonna keep that one on the team. Oh, I have one of these. I totally didn't realize that. We're not gonna use it though.
I love how you have like this box that's rich with different Pokemon to use, and I'm just like, on this profile I have Team A, and on this profile I have Team B, and I will switch between them over and over again until the battle is over.
Okay, I'm ready. Faraway players over the internet. Yeah, characters I like to play, and... Whoa! Double Jump, thank you so much for renewing your subscription. How are you doing today?
Hey, Chris and Rachel. Or Chris or Rachel. Can never tell when it's just one of you.
Yeah. Subscribing for 9 months. Thank you so much for continuing the streak. I believe, since a certain someone forgot to subscribe 1 month. Shame on... No, it's okay. Someone forgot to subscribe 1 month. You guys are the subscriber leaders. So congratulations. And the question of... Randy says that's a good reminder. I need to resub. I wasn't trying to press you, Randy. Also, yeah, Korea. What is the, like, one thing that has surprised you about Korea the most? Alright, we're gonna go with this one first. It's both of us right now. Hey, Ian, is what Double Jump says. Yeah, again, sorry we couldn't...
Hope y'all are doing good.
Sorry we couldn't get Ian's face on the stream. We tried this time, and we had a completely different problem than last time. Because Discord.
True.
We could see Ian's face, but we couldn't talk to each other because it would disable my mic in the process. But yeah, we got a party going on here. I see, yeah, Double Jump and Player 2 Start came for the Overwatch conversation with Des here. Yeah, Double Jump, who are your Overwatch mains?
I'm guessing that they play Overwatch about as much as I play Overwatch.
So all the time. Oh, this is not... I don't think this is a good match. Oh, wait. Okay. Let's try this. And Double Jump says, that's interesting. Still nice to hear Ian, though. Yeah, you guys are missing out.
There's like a whole one article on Adventure Rules where you can hear me also.
Yeah, what?
I started recording audio and then got depressed and I haven't been back yet.
Well, I really enjoyed listening to that particular post. You can find Ian on SoundCloud, and I would like to hear you do more someday.
Yeah, and I probably will at some point. It's really hard. So the time that I recorded it was really convenient because both my wife and child were out of town at the time, so it was a lot easier for me to record audio without having to worry about bothering someone who is trying to sleep or just any of those kind of practical concerns about recording. And it's very rare for me to be home and them not. We all live in the same house, and I don't travel as much as I used to for work, so that tends to be what makes it a little more difficult for me to record, is just trying to be considerate of the other people in the house. And I don't know, Des is in the chat, so she may say that she doesn't care about me being considerate, but I try not to bother everybody with Adventure Rules.
I hear. Double Jump says their main in Overwatch is the hamster dude, and that's a fun choice. I actually love playing as Hammond, aka the Wrecking Ball. I don't know. There's just something so fun and visceral about like turning into a wrecking ball and just like swinging around a pole and hitting everybody out of the way. And then I also like swinging in the air and then just like squashing people. That is fun as well. Let's go with this one.
Oh,
and Switch to Decaf says.
This is interesting.
Switch to Decaf says Ian's a
Man,
sweetie.
I am so mad that I misclicked, because the move I was gonna use would have absolutely demolished this Pikachu, but I pressed the wrong button. Oh well. We can recover.
I was just saying. Switch to Decaf says, Des says, Ian's a sweetie. Cute relationship goals. I totally understand the noise thing, though. When Steph and I first moved in together, we moved into this like 700 square foot condo. It was really small, and my gaming setup was right in the living room beside where the couch was. And so Steph would be trying to watch like Grey's Anatomy, and it'd be the super emotional moment, and I'm here playing Street Fighter on my fight stick, smashing on the buttons, and it would just completely ruin the moment for her. And I'd be like, I don't know, I don't know what to do. And Double Jump asks...
I have to hope... Oh, go ahead.
Double Jump has asked, who's won the most battles so far? And
no!
The answer is Ian has. Ian has given me the business in this set. And
To be fair,
I won the first match barely. Barely. Snorlax bailed me out at the very end, as he does, but since then, it has been awful.
Well, in that flinch on Floaty Fall, I didn't know it could flinch. I was really hoping that I could live one Floaty Fall and finish Pikachu off, and I did live, but I had no idea that move flinched. So now I'm just in a pickle.
Double Jump says, that darn Snorlax, LOL, good job. Question for you, Double Jump. How did your evening go? I know you had plans. I don't know if you're comfortable sharing them on the internet. I apologize if I was saying some private stuff. But how's your evening going so far? I should have phrased it like that. Pikachu used thunder.
You predicted me.
Yeah.
You predicted me.
Yes,
that was very well
done. That's
done.
exactly what I meant to do. Yes,
Okay.
there's all predictions.
Oh no, I don't think I can check my Pokemon stats right now. So if I click somebody, they're just gonna come out. Oh, I can. Okay, cool.
Here's a question
Is that
for
the
you, Ian.
particulars?
Am I a weirdo for not naming my Pokemon?
No. So I was an avid not nicknamer for most of my Pokemon career. It was not until I started doing Nuzlocke that I actually started nicknaming my Pokemon. Up to that point, I left them just as their names, partly because my philosophy when I was younger was I won't ever remember the real names for the new Pokemon if I nickname them something, right? Like, Gen 1, I know what those Pokemon are named, but, Gen 4 rolls along and it's like, Drift what? I have no idea what to call these things unless I named them. Yeah. Unless I named them their actual names. Once I started doing Nuzlocke, it's actually one of the rules of the Nuzlocke challenge is that you are supposed to nickname your Pokemon so that your heart aches more when they die horrifically before your eyes. So that's when I got into the habit of nicknaming them all. And particularly since this team is my Nuzlocke team, naturally they all have. Is that a guaranteed paralysis? Oh, okay, good. I was worried that wasn't the.
Bye, Pikachu.
It's a bummer that you were faster than me, though. I was really kind of hoping Alakazam would not take David.
To your point about naming Pokemon as part of Nuzlocke, I don't know if you watch any of the YouTube animation community. Like, if I say the name Jaden, does that mean anything to you at all?
No.
Okay. So, I think her name's Jaden Animation on YouTube, and Steph is a big fan of hers, and she actually did, an animated video documenting her entire Nuzlocke challenge run-through, and it was really cool to watch. So, for all the Pokemon fans, I highly recommend checking that out. It is fun. And let me catch up on the chat here. Double Jump says, we went to Bad Art Night at a nearby library. It was lots of fun, actually. LOL, the craft room had tons of odds and ends that we just kind of threw together. They also say that I am a weirdo for not naming my Pokemon. Ooh, that hurt. Player 2 Start says that's the exact rationale for not nicknaming Pokemon. I guess that's the whole you don't name them so that you get familiar with the names of the new ones. Let's go with this.
I didn't know that Teleport just caused your Pokemon to switch out. That is something I did not know about.
There you go, top tier strats, Ian. It's all part of the plan.
I'm impressed.
Rachel agrees with you guys with nicknames. I kind of started nicknaming them in Gen 3, I believe. And Double Jump says, we'll send over pics of our art through Discord when you guys are offline. Awesome. Love to see it. And Switch Decaf says, I'm actually going to go. It's been fun. Enjoy your matches. Thank you, Des. Take care. And yeah,
see you in half an hour or something.
Yeah, we'll figure something out for playing Overwatch. I should get her on the stream. We'll play some Overwatch together, squad up.
Nice.
Yeah. And Double Jump says, nice to meet you, Switch Decaf. Have a good night.
Yes, I'm faster. Oh.
Switch Decaf says yes. Oh, here we go. One more thing. Des, before you
What?
go.
Oh no, Jett, I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry. Oh, that's not fair.
It's okay.
That's like a 5% chance or something ridiculous like that.
If you're still here, Des, one more thing. Before you go, can you share one embarrassing thing or story about Ian?
Oh, good thing my face isn't on stream.
She says, "Ask just one." I respect your time. We will have lots of time for you to share more embarrassing things about Ian. So just one thing this time. Let me.
Well,
think.
if we had gotten the camera working, I would have already shared an embarrassing thing about myself.
You mean your diehard affection for New Kids on the Block? You're just wearing the shirt right now.
No, I'm actually wearing my work clothes still. So
Oh, okay.
they're very bland and uninteresting.
I am also wearing the clothes I wore to work, but I really let myself go at work. I used to dress very business casual, and as I moved into a different department, and my role kind of changed, and I just kind of got lazy. I just started wearing street clothes to the office. So half the time I'm wearing like jeans and hoodies, and now I wear really dorky. Like I wear a lot of geeky stuff to work, but that's now become my thing. So they know me as being the guy who wears the cool video game graphic t-shirts and stuff. But right now
Nice.
I'm wearing my University of Hawaii sweater because Hawaii is amazing, my favorite state in the U.S. And I got this while I was in Hawaii because I didn't realize how cold it got in Hawaii. The more you know.
And here he is, the bane of my existence.
Alright, Mewtwo, do the thing. Man, Des is taking his sweet time with this embarrassing thing. This must be good.
It's probably a good one, yeah.
I'm trying to think. Other embarrassing stuff. Just to even it out. I'm going to try and think of like an embarrassing thing about myself. Of course, after we do this thing, though. Let me... Oh, here we go. Now we got the deets. Switch to Decaf says, he talks in his sleep and has told me I'm a good dancer and Africa is my side. What? I'll make a list. I do some embarrassing stuff in my sleep as well. Oh man. Do I want to share this one? I get some stories from Steph about some of the embarrassing things I do. Apparently I can be like really sweet, of like I'll say like really nice things in my sleep. Recently I did this like kissy thing, like the thing while I was in my sleep, and Steph says I was like trying to kiss someone in my dream. I'm like, no, that's not it, but I don't know, I was asleep. It's either I'm like really sweet or like I inadvertently punch her in the face while we're sleeping. So
Yikes.
not like I'll be like rolling over. I guess that's rolling. I don't know. I'm asleep. I have no idea.
Right.
I don't know if I have any moves that are good here. Let's try this.
I have a bit of a reputation among the people who have lived with me for like embarrassing sleep talk things. Like one time my college roommate came in at like 2 in the morning or something from hanging out with like this girl that he was into or whatever. And he like sat down and told me all about his date, thinking that I was fully awake. And then after he like talked to me for a minute, I apparently responded to him with, "Are we out of parts?" And he was like, "That doesn't make any sense in the context of what I just said." And I just kept saying over and over again, "Are we out of parts?" And that's the point where he realized that I was not actually awake for anything that he had said to me.
Oh no. good dancer and Africa is my side. Trying to decipher that. What could it mean?
I've always assumed that my dreaming self meant Africa was her side of the bed, but I don't really know.
Oh, here we go. This is husband wife stuff. Jesse, I'm sorry to bother you. If you're still here, one more thing. And maybe this is too much information. So you feel free not to answer this. Does Ian sleep on the side of the bed closest to the door? You're just gonna stay. And Double Jump says, that's great. We'll give Jett a golf clap for winning that match. And the reason I bring this up, yes, he does. Now, my wife also makes me sleep on the side closest to the bed. And does Ian sleep on the side of the bed because you are concerned that if someone breaks into the house and it rushes at you in the bedroom, that Ian is like the one closest to the door and will protect you? I had, like, when we moved in together, I was like, wait, like, can we just sleep on whatever side? And stuff's like, no, you are sleeping on this side of the bed because if the intruder comes in, you are going to protect me. And I'm just like, wait, but, like, I'm probably, like, half asleep. So you're just kind of sending me to die here and be a human shield? And she's like, yes?
That's your duty as a man, Jett.
Yeah.
That and to do man yoga with manly names.
Double Jump says the husband will be the first to die. Rachel agrees with this logic. I'm actually the one closest to the door. Oh, that's Double Jump. Okay. Okay, so this is not just the Steph thing, then. I don't know. I don't think it makes that much of a difference what side of the bed I sleep on, but if that's what helps her sleep at night, I guess then that's where I will sleep.
It's the sacrifice you have to make.
I thought we were fighting for gender equality. Can I sleep on the side closest?
Aren't you strong enough to protect yourself? Question mark.
Oh man, I'm gonna get myself in trouble here.
Yeah. No, it's interesting. It's funny the way that kind of gendered stuff plays out, because I think I don't know if Destiny's still in the chat, but in my experience of our marriage, in a lot of ways we're kind of like flipped on some gender stuff. Like I do a lot of the typical, like, you know, like when I get home from work, I cook dinner and like I do our dishes and things like that. Like typical, like the kitchen is like my space in our house, and that's, you know, a lot of people kind of stereotypically associate that with like the woman or whatever. And then Switch Decaf is really good with like tools and things. Like she's really good. She built all our furniture, not like from scratch, you know, they came in boxes or whatever, but you know, she's the one who put all our furniture together. You know, if there's something that needs to be like hammered or screwed with a screwdriver, you know, like she's the person who does those things, and I am really bad at all of those things.
Oh wait,
so like there are some
I don't think I just typed in the code, and I'm pretty sure this is not you.
Oh yeah, I haven't put in a code.
Okay, they quit the battle. All right, they ran away. They were too scared. That's what I want to.
They were. They were. What are the chances that there's like another group of people who are trying to
code?
Yeah.
Or maybe or trying to hijack a stream.
Yep. So what code should we use then?
Okay. Let's do faraway player internet and single battle. Let's go Pikachu, Eevee, Jigglypuff. Here we go. I'm gonna catch up on the chat here. Double Jump says, I'm actually the one closest to the door. I'm guessing that's Chris typing that, because Rachel says Rachel agrees with his logic.
I hate to interrupt you reading the chat, but if you said the code, I didn't hear you say it.
Oh, Pikachu, Eevee, Jigglypuff. Switch Decaf says, TBH, I think I think if be more prepared if someone... Oh, I'd be more prepared if someone broke in, but shrug. Double Jump says I'm always down.
That's...
Oh, Ian, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say that's 100% fair. She would be much scarier than me in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Double Jump says I'm always down to fight. Switch Decaf says always be prepared. Double Jump says back to Switch Decaf. Absolutely. Switch Decaf says like Ian's Pokemon named Runny Pants.
Oh, Runny Pants the Abra. Or, well, I guess he's technically an Alakazam.
Steph is also the definitely better with tools than I am. I'm very bad with hammering stuff. I hit my thumb a lot. I managed to strip every screw, like the... I actually have a pack of screws. I know you can't see it. I put up some stuff. Let me switch the camera here real quick. I strip the screws on every screw I try and screw in, like on the Phillips head where it's supposed to be like a cross, and then it just gets completely worn out and then there's nothing to grip anymore. I don't know. I just have bad luck. We're gonna do this. Yeah, gender roles are weird. I actually was trying to say a story on the Tetra stream last week about gender stuff because I was at my in-laws place and my dad is my father-in-law is a huge gearhead, and we were outside doing the... Oh, that's not going to do much. He was helping me change my winter tires on my car, and there was a couple months back we were talking about like that process, and like he's always super excited to get me and Yasha to like work on the cars, and he wants us to like really get into it. But anytime his daughters have tried to like learn more about car stuff, he's always comes up with excuses of like, oh, you don't have to worry about it, maybe next time. And they called him out on it during dinner one time, and yeah, I got kind of busted of like, yeah, that's the boy girl thing. But it's stuff everyone should know.
Yeah, there are a lot of practical skills that have somehow gotten gendered when it's like, this should just be a thing that everybody knows, you know? Like, fixing your car is just a skill that a human person who has a car should have, you know? Like, or cooking a meal should be a skill that just, as a human person, you should know how to do this. Because not everybody is going to have that. Like, there may be a time, like, where you don't live with your parent or a spouse. It's just, it's silly to me.
Oh, I just kind of predicted said what I was going to do out loud. Also, Des says, okay, leaving now, good night. Good night, Des. Thanks for dropping by. We'll play some Overwatch soon. And Double Jump says there definitely should be life skills classes in high school. Yes, absolutely. And side note, Rachel, I saw you post about Medium, and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't checked your Medium in a while. And I wrote a big comment on your post about schooling. And it was a very nice post. And yeah, then I found Chris on Medium too. I think you shared Chris on Medium too, so I'm following you there now. I think the big thing is like, if I can't subscribe to a site on my RSS reader, I just don't follow it. And so like I have those now in my cycle, so I will keep up.
Man, that miss made such a difference, because I would my Aerodactyl would be at full health right now if I hadn't missed that first rocks. But that's Pokemon, man. The RNG is what keeps it from just being a strategy game.
what are the kind? Okay. Double Jump says I was pleasantly surprised to see you follow me on Medium. Thank you. Rachel also says thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. You guys got to promote that stuff more. Oh, I know Rachel does. Chris, I had no idea you were on Medium, and I enjoy your stuff, so I follow you on like almost everything. Okay.
Is Zippy Zap a guaranteed critical hit?
No. Zippy Zap is pretty OP though. That is the money move.
And it seems like it seems like it also has priority, like it always goes first.
It is a very fast move. Here we go. I'll read out the description. The user attacks the target with bursts of electricity at high speed. This move always goes first and results in a critical hit. Okay.
So it's priority and guaranteed crit. That's obscene. Eevee doesn't get anything that OP. I mean, Eevee gets some OP stuff, don't get me wrong. But not guaranteed crit with priority. Goodness. That Pikachu is a problem.
Double Jump says, Rachel tries, it's on the list. Hello. Yeah, wherever you're posting, I will follow. I want to use here. Let's call it this one.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, wait. Yeah, let's do this thing first, and then this thing.
Yeah. Something tells me that even a super effective Thunderbolt is not going to be enough. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it is enough. Yeah. Oof. Goodbye, Raichu. It's been fun.
Here, okay. To the question about like life skills classes, what life skills classes would you want in class? I think financial management's a big one, like personal finance management. I think.
Absolutely.
I've read about. I don't know if it's either in school here or like schools elsewhere, but someone somewhere is adding that to the curriculum. And I think that's a good move because yeah, people like managing your savings and all of that type of stuff is imperative to life, and we don't traditionally get taught that at school.
Yep. I knew zero about how to file my taxes, how to budget, just there's so many things about finances, like how to build credit, like in a wise, non-debt causing way, like all those are kinds of things that seem like they would have been prime material to learn in school, and none of that happened.
Double Jump asks, Jett, can I tell Ian what Pokemon are on your team? I think Ian does know what Pokemon are on my team. I think you can check beforehand what the opponent had. I can see what Ian has. So yeah.
Wait, really?
Press plus or whatever thing that is, and you should be able to see.
Well, I wish I had known that 4 battles ago. It's fine. I've still been doing okay.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping count, but I think you still have the series lead here.
Well, we're tied right now.
Oh, this is the rubber match? Wow.
Yeah, this is the one.
Oh, jeez.
Because you beat... Now, I guess, like, if we broke it down by teams, like, I have one team that has lost every battle and one team that has won every battle, so, like, but just comparing it on a macro level, we're neck and neck right now.
So Double Jump says, in terms of classes, cooking, probably, and auto mechanics. I actually took a cooking course in middle school. We had the option of, it was a course called Family Studies, and at the time it was almost entirely girls, but there was like a small group of guys that took it as well. And the course was, half of the semester was cooking, and the other half was sewing. And so during the I remember in the cooking part making a steak salad, and we just like totally geeked out about like, oh yeah, it's a salad, but it's healthy, but it's got steak in it, and being really jazzed about that for some reason. I don't know if I've had steak on a salad since though, now that I think about it. So maybe it really was cooler than I thought. And then the sewing part, we bought these like sewing kits, and then I got to use the sewing machine. Of course, I've totally forgotten how to use a sewing machine. But I sewed like a plush pig, which is no longer around. But it was cute. And auto mechanics, we totally had the option in high school to take it. I never took it. I took like drama class and gym. Gym was a big one.
Bye, Snorlax.
Snorlax for you too. Double jump, man. Lots of messages from Double Jump here. Trying to catch up here. Also taxes. I'm a little better now because of my job, but still missing some stuff. I'm guessing that's Chris. I only started doing my taxes like last year. Every other time, just because I'm in a family of accountants, I can just give it to people. But this time around, like with Steph and I having stuff merged, it was like, oh, let's just do this together. But Double Jump says, but we know the Pythagorean theorem. One of my favorite quotes.
I mean, so important.
One of my.
I've used the Pythagorean theorem so many.
Actually, though, I don't know if you have. But...
No, that was not serious.
One of my favorite quotes is from the great philosopher Shaquille O'Neal, and he once said, "I'm like the Pythagorean theorem. I can't be solved."
He's one of my favorite philosophers. Right next to Bugs Bunny. And Ash Ketchum. I don't know. I was trying to think of two people who clearly aren't philosophers, and the names didn't come to me fast enough for that joke to land.
That's okay. Also, yeah, I'm getting stomped out here real bad. I mean, this is gonna... Yeah, that'll take you out, but still at a deficit here. And Double Jump says, it's less fun now that we know you know each other's Pokemon. LOL. Yeah, middle school had home economics for a term. We made calzones and cookies. Other terms were sewing, wood shop, and computer skills because we are that old. I remember... Oh, man. I remember going to... Yeah, my middle school had the Mac lab, which had the... Kind of the all-in-one, the mini Mac computers with like the 10-inch screens. I don't know if you remember those.
I can't say that I do.
Okay. And they had external CD drives where like you couldn't just put the disc in, you actually had to put the disc in a plastic case and then put the case in the drive. It was very weird. I mean, it was super dated back then, but even more so like now. Oh, geez, they're like dinosaurs. Oh, that spike's going directly through my heart.
Wow, that crit was unnecessary. That was overkill. What are you doing, Backdraft?
All right. Well,
play sportsmanlike.
It all comes down to this.
I knew this was gonna be the one. Dang it.
Double Jump says we have blocky Microsoft computers. What is this? Oh, why haven't I been using this move? Let's do this thing.
Ouch. Please hit. Okay.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Yes, it is. Alright. I'm halfway there. I don't see this turn going particularly well for me.
Have I told you guys my wood shop story? I'm gonna guess no. This was a life-changing story actually, and this is why I don't do shop, and like I'm not good with handy skills. And also, yeah, it all comes down to this, and I'm probably gonna get smoked here. But what does this do? Oh, all right. Swing for the fences. It was like the first time we were using a bandsaw, and it's a saw that like the blade like continuously, it just cuts straight through, but it's like an actual like band. You can't see all of it, but it's continuously cutting. And I remember one time being distracted as I was using the bandsaw, and the teacher stopped me just before I chopped off my finger.
Whoa.
Yep.
That's not good.
No. Also, congratulations, Ian, on the win.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Do we want to battle again? No. I think that is going to do it for tonight. But we can chat for a bit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so what we learned from these battles, I think, is that Team Nuzlocke was not good, and Team my actual playthrough of this game is pretty okay.
And Double Jump says, good on that teacher. Yeah, good on him. Our woodshop teacher wouldn't have noticed he napped. Wow. That's like the worst class to fall asleep in. I actually saved one of my friends in shop class. This is... So it was my friend Mark, and are you familiar with like a heat stripper? What a heat stripper is?
It's not what it sounds like, kids. Family friendly is probably not on, but still.
So it is this apparatus. It's like this flat box, and it's a metal box, and there's like heat coils underneath, and you put plastic on top of it so that it like melts just a part of it, and then you can bend it. So yeah, I know like everyone on stream can see it. You cannot, Ian, unfortunately, but it's
true.
It's a strip of heat that you're using to like bend plastic. And my friend Mark was talking to me. He was looking at me while he had a piece of plastic on the heat stripper, but he also had his hand in the heat stripper, like he was wearing gloves, so he couldn't feel it. And as he's telling me this story, his glove catches on fire, and like his hand is just like engulfed in flames. And I'm like, dude, and he's like, what? Then he looks. And yeah, his whole left hand was on fire. And,
oh no!
Luckily, he had the glove on, and he like threw it away, and he was okay. But yeah, that could have been really bad.
Yikes!
And Double Jump says we spent more time doing homework from other classes than working.
I feel like everybody had that teacher where it was like, yeah, this person's a joke, so I'm going to get all my classwork for all the teachers who actually do their job done right now.
I think my biggest joke class was grade 12 accounting. So it was computer accounting, so we had to use software for it. But they didn't install the software until the last week of the semester. And so we were in a computer lab. We had access to the internet. We were playing, we were just chatting with each other. Do you remember that? I don't know if that site's still around. The site Pogo with like all the games on it. Like Flash
I'm not
games.
familiar with it.
We played like Scrabble and Battleship and stuff like that. And that was just our class. So first period was just like, goof around with computers. Awesome.
Goodness.
I still got a 98% in that class, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Mr. Mellon. He's probably, I'm gonna hope he's like 104 years old, because he was very old at the time. Man, other weird sewing, woodshop, computer skills, because we were that old. I'm pretty sure they... Oh! I was gonna say they probably still teach computer skills, but I don't know. It was earlier this year. My middle school had its 50th anniversary, and I went back. And one of the things that weirded me out about it is the school has like basically no computers in it, like public access computers. And that's because all the students have like their own laptops that they bring in and do work on.
That's so weird to me.
Yeah. The only public computers were like in the library for like film production, where like there was like a green screen and the kids could make their own movies. It was weird. Like, so
That's
next
wild.
level. And Double Jump says, on that note, we're going to say goodnight. I'm glad we were able to catch a couple of battles. Thank you, Chris and Rachel, for dropping by. I'm waving
Absolutely.
goodbye so Ian can see Ian. I'm sure Ian is waving as well.
I'm not, but I'm saying goodbye with my voice, since that's what you can perceive about me.
And if you're still here, we'll try and figure something out. Maybe Discord will work better. Maybe we'll try Zoom. I think it would be fun if we were all here doing like Pokemon raids in Sword and Shield, which I think is a thing. I have no idea how fleshed out this
up to
raid
4 people.
functionality is, but there's 4 of us, and we could all call in on some sort of service and possibly stream that, and that could be cool.
That'd be very cool.
Double Jump says, we had typing classes in high school. The 7-year-old that Rachel babysits has typing classes now. Okay, typing is a very important skill. Rachel's waving goodbye too, and oh man. All right, one last story before we go about typing. I worked in digital advertising for pretty much my whole career, and I'm not going to say this person's name or allude to who they are. Let's just say they are a person very high up, a pioneer in the Canadian digital advertising industry. This person has been amazing to me. Shout outs to them. They know who they are. But the way they type, this person never... Oh man. They type like this, and I'm doing the 2-finger touch type technique. And it's kind of funny. This person's like so influential in the industry, but their typing is like this. And I hope he doesn't see this. Maybe I'm gonna cut this out of the stream.
Make sure this VOD never sees the light of day.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut this last part out. But for everybody that dropped by, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you, Des, for coming by. Double Jump, Player 2 Start. Appreciate your company. Thank you, Ian, for making your streaming debut.
Hey, it was fun. It was nice to get some battles in, to actually justify the $35 that we spend on a family Switch internet plan. But yeah, it was nice. It was fun getting my voice out there.
Yeah. Well, we hope to have you on more often. We'll figure something out with Sword and Shield, and Double Jump says, have a good night. So, good night, Chris and Rachel. Bye.
Good night.
We're just wrapping up here now. So, before we go, is there anything, Ian, you would like to plug?
Oh, I'm going to plug my phone in next to my bed and go to sleep. But, no. So, I have a blog, adventurerules.blog, where I write about video games and tabletop role-playing games. I'm currently writing about the Somnium Files and Dragon Quest XI. I'm going to be covering both of those games pretty in-depth, basically one article about each game each week. So if you're into those games or curious about them, I'm going to be covering them in really kind of granular, very focused articles over the course of the next probably month or so. So look forward to that. I'm also doing a community event right now on Adventure Rules, where it's basically a mutual Ask Me Anything. It's an exchange of questions where you ask me something, and I'll write a whole blog post about it, but I'll also ask you a question, and you have to write a blog post about whatever my question. And I've got those. I'm still keeping it open right now, so I've got some scheduled up through about mid-December. But I'd love to finish out the year, so get a couple more of those and have them, leading up into 2020. But so you can look forward to those every Friday. Just go up.
Will do. I'll have to think of a good question to send you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get one in time. I did ask a ton of questions here, so I have to go back to lab and think about it. So thank you, Ian, for... I put your link in the chat. Of course, I typed it wrong. I typed adventurerules.com first. Everyone in the chat, ignore that. It's adventurerules.blog, which I put in after.
Yes.
Yep. And yeah, make sure for everybody else, follow me on social media at InThirdPerson on Instagram and on Twitter. I post when I go live. I'll be live again on Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll be playing more Tetris 99, and I can finally show the new thing. I guess I'll say it now. I bought a new camera. It looks really nice.
Oh,
It
okay,
looks so
okay.
good. I didn't want to hook it, like, it just came in today, but I didn't want to hook it up and possibly break it because the stream broke enough as is today.
You never know.
Yeah. And yeah, check out the blog, inthirdperson.com. I don't actually know what post is going up tomorrow, but I'm sure it'll be cool.
I'm sure it's great.
Yeah, I'm sure it's great.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. All right,
Yeah.
Ian and I are getting out of here. It's time for bed. Thank you, Ian, for coming through. And we will
Absolutely.
see
Thanks
you
for
all
having me.
later. Bye.
Bye.